Okay, so I was trying to remember what the hell I was supposed to be talking about, and it took me a little bit, because I had this idea, and then went outside to do the Gigantamax Garbodor uh, Gigantamax battles, which was something. I got two back-to-back shinies. It's pretty cool, but I'm fucking kind of cold. It's actually pretty cold. Like I left the house, I was like, hell yeah, it's pretty nice. And no, nope, nope, definitely not. So I'm gonna have the heat on, but I'll leave it on the floor ones. But my fucking hands are freezing, dude. Anyways, though, I was trying to remember what this was supposed to be about, and then it just kind of finally hit me again, because uh, I realized I'm a fucking idiot. You hear, you hear that? You can't really hear it that well. That's the sound of me slapping my fucking forehead because I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid, man. So, I wanted today to talk about, I guess, just something that happened last night, and then I thought about it, and I was just like, why? Why did I do that? Uh, I made that video, I think, probably like a month or so ago, about... Also, I'm hungry, but whatever. Stomach is gonna wait. You're gonna wait. You're gonna drink water. How about that? That's a good way to keep viewer attention, I heard, is just kind of say random stuff and then drink water. Too bad. That's exactly what's happening. Uh, but so, I made that video a month ago, and I wasn't... I kind of felt that way about kind of trying to not hide myself anymore. And, it actually gives me an opportunity to kind of tie two topics together, because I mentioned like recently that I had this one video that I made where I was talking about kind of struggles with like changing my profile picture on Discord to match this like YouTube stuff. And I was scared to do it because it's kind of like showing a side of myself I usually don't show. That sort of thing. And I mean, even just like changing my description on my Discord was kind of a big thing for me to have my YouTube channel and stuff. But I I've been having a hard time doing my I've been having a hard time like kind of trying to display that so much. And I wanted to change like my profile picture and stuff and my username to that. But it's like, fuck, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I'm like having a really fucking hard time with that. And I tried recording it, when was it, last weekend, I think? And then it just kind of derailed because I was like, well, I kind of want to try to get in these showcases in Pokemon Go and stuff. And I was also like, fuck, I have to pee. So like half of it was just me talking about how I have to pee. And trying to figure out like, would I be able to make it? I don't know. Maybe, I mean... But anyways, though, I'm getting off that topic. But I kind of segue that in a little bit. Going back to where I was, though. I would say one of the moments where I caught myself hiding myself was like... I want to say it was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Where kind of had this like catching up with a bunch of old friends that I usually don't talk too much anymore. And so my one friend that I talk to more regularly, he was talking to me, and he was saying, he was saying that I should fill in another person on what's been going on in my life because I've probably changed the most out of everybody. And I heard that, and I don't particularly know why I did. But I just kind of gave this very jokey answer. What the hell is an ant on my steering wheel? Where did you come from? Where did you come from? What? Oh my god, what the fuck is this? How did you get... Okay. Whatever. Getting back on topic. I just kind of gave him a jokey answer. I was like, oh, I went to Pakistan and, I met the Angry Birds bomb bird before he committed 9/11. And that stuff. And it's like... It was a joke answer, but like, I thought about it after the fact, and I was like, why the fuck did I do that? Because I mean, I guess there's part of me that doesn't want to give the full answer, because number one, I'm not really super talkative in that conversation anyway. A lot of other people were more dominant in the conversation than me. And number two, I didn't want it to just be about me for like 20 or 30 minutes or something, because that's not usually the person I am. Because then I would have to go in the whole thing about, well, I met this girl, and then I started driving, and then I got a job, and then blah, 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 blah. I mean, I think I probably didn't have to do that, right? I probably could have just been, I probably could have just made a Spark Notes version of it. But, like, also, I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to dominate the conversation too much. But in doing so, I kind of just didn't really give an answer, and it was stupid. And I probably shouldn't have done that. And afterwards, I was like kicking myself, and it's like, it's not something that's really important. It's not like this is some fundamental thing that's going to change my whole life. But it's just the problem is that I just gave a non-answer when there really was no point in me giving a non-answer. And I used to give a lot of those non-answers all the time, which is probably part of where it came from. It was kind of a habit. Because I, what's it called? Because I would have nothing really to say. It's like, what am I going to say? Oh yeah, so I played Pokemon Go, and I went to the mall one day with my cousin. Like, wow, nice. So you still don't have a job. You're not doing anything in school. You're not really building upon any of your skills. That's really cool, man. Good job. So that was part of why I just never would really do that. But I just I just was a little annoyed at myself for doing that. And it was something I thought about a little bit. I reflected on it a little bit and thought I probably shouldn't do that again. Fast forward to last night. Last night's Halloween. Finished our job in the deli, and I did some shopping, which was nice. And some of my coworkers were there. And to be honest, I feel like usually I don't really talk with the older coworkers that much, but I have gone along decently with some of the younger coworkers that are there, which is kind of, it's weird because I look like I'm like 18, but I'm actually 25. So, but I still look pretty young, so I can kind of get along with people, but some of them are like high school, maybe early college age. And then some of them are like after college. But the two coworkers, they're more around my age. And so I was talking to them. And the one coworker, she asked me, if you could be anything for Halloween right now, you could dress up as anything, what would you be? Fuck. Not great time for the burp. But I thought about it for a second. I was like, I don't know. And then I just kind of gave the answer of, I don't know. And I did mention, like, think the last time I dressed up for Halloween, I was like Harry Potter, because I really liked Harry Potter at that time, and I was playing Lego Harry Potter. It was like when Lego Harry Potter had just come out recently. I think it was before even the second Lego Harry Potter they made. It was just the years 1 through 4. But I I didn't really give an answer. She gave an answer, but I didn't give an answer. And at the time, I didn't really think much of it. And then a little later, when I was driving home, I was like, why the fuck did I not give an answer? And I had such an easy answer, too, because literally all I had to do was think about my YouTube channel. Dress up as a shark. Bam. Done. And I didn't fucking do that. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with me? So I, again, just kind of gave a non-answer. And it wasn't really a jokey answer this time. It was just kind of an, I don't know. I don't know what I'd be. But, like, I think that was really a moment where I could have kind of showcased my personal growth or my personal, my personality or something. And I just didn't. And to be fair, I was kind of blanking. Like, when people ask me, for example, in Pokemon Go, they ask me, oh, hey, we're lucky friends. What do you want a lucky trade? And I'm just kind of like, I don't fucking know. I never really think about it until it comes, until the question comes, and then I just don't really know what to say. So maybe that's part of the problem, is that I have a hard time responding to questions in the moment. But I also don't think that's entirely the case. Why is there's like a bit of leaf on my neck. What the hell, man? What's going on? But I just keep giving non-answers, and I fucking hate it, man. And I guess to tie it back a little bit to that whole Discord thing I was mentioning, I just haven't been able to change my Discord profile picture. And I guess it's kind of similar in a way to the joke answers and stuff that I do, because I always change my profile picture on Discord. Well, when I do change my profile picture on Discord, I change it to something that's kind of jokey, something that doesn't really represent me. I mean, I guess this one, in a way, it kind of represents me, because I really like rubber ducks. And I had this funny picture that I stole from school computers years ago. Like, they just had all these random stock images on school computers, so I just took them all, put them on a flash drive, and I was going through them one day, and I saw this image of like five like rubber ducks in a row. It's a really weird image, to be honest. It's really funny though. And I put that as my profile picture. Like, I don't even know how long ago. It's been a long time since I've updated my profile picture on Discord. But I just can't really bring myself to do it. And I think part of it is because I'm scared of being myself, sort of in the same way as last night, where I'm scared to give an answer, because what if somebody's judgmental to me, right? What if I say, oh yeah, I'd be a shark. Or, I don't know, like, I could say, like, I want to be like an anime character or something, and they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's a fucking weirdo, he fucking watches anime? So I think that's a problem, is that I tend to not pick the answer, or not pick an answer. And by not picking an answer, I don't really make an impression. And it means I'm not making a bad impression because I'm not giving an answer. But it also means that I'm potentially not making a good impression either, because I'm not really showing my personality. They just kind of think, that guy's just boring. He doesn't really, say anything. I guess that kind of goes back. I think I mentioned this in a video, I think. How I kind of just feel like I don't really get to express my personality a lot, and I don't know what my identity is. I think it might have been identity crisis, I don't know. But God, my stomach keeps growling too. To be fair, all I ate this morning was a bagel, and that was it. So, I'm kind of hungry, but too lazy to go back home and get food, because I want to record some stuff, because, yeah. But as I was saying, What was I saying? Actually, I can't remember. Fuck. Oh yeah, as I was saying in the Identity Crisis video, like, it feels like everybody else in the deli kind of has, like, their personality and their kind of way of doing things and their way of talking and all that. I feel like I have this very kind of basic identity, which, like, if you ever played certain games, like if you played, for example, is Papers, Please like that? I don't know. I think the best example is there's that game that came out, I think, last year, and it's called Home Safety Hotline. And it's kind of this weird sort of 90s nostalgia game, maybe, something like that. And it's like you're like some crisis hotline or something, but like it's kind of a cool game because the world building is very interesting, because there's like all these sort of God, my stomach keeps growling. I hate it. But they kind of have all these, like, anomalies isn't the right word, but I can't think of the right word. These sorts of weird fucking creatures and shit, like there's gnomes and fucking ghosts and shit that are like invading people's houses or something, and so you have to like identify what it is. And the thing that I always found to be kind of funny with that game in regards to me is that, like, the guy, whenever, like, you'll get the phone calls and it'll be like some person like panicking, freaking out, like, oh my god, what the fuck's going on? Can you tell me what's going on? And then the guy's just like, please hold, or something like that. And I have a very similar kind of thing to that in the deli, where I'll be like, hello, and then I show somebody a slice. I'm like, is this okay? And then when they leave, I'm like, thank you, have a good day, or something like that. Like, have a good day. And there's actually this one guy at this fast food place that I won't 100% name. But he will say kind of very, like, basic stuff like that. I actually remember because I talked to this guy one day because I had, I think, a Persona shirt on or something. He was like, oh, nice, you or maybe it was a Pokemon shirt, I don't know, but he was like, oh, nice, you play play games, you play Smash or something. He was like talking to me about that. He plays like a bunch of Nintendo games. Like, he plays Mario and Pokemon and Smash and that sort of thing. And he was pretty cool about that. But like, when he talks too, he kind of does a similar thing where he's like, oh, would you like fries with that? And like sometimes he'll even say the very like the corporate names, or he'll be like, would you like our brand sauce, or something like that. I can't fully explain it properly. I guess my brain is just fucked up. I had a long, tough week, to be honest. But basically, he just kind of says very basic sort of things, and I am very similar in that way. Where, like, most of my coworkers, they won't. They kind of express their own little personality here and there. For me, I just don't. I'm just a dumbass, I guess. I don't know. I just can't say my real kind of thoughts at times, or express myself, because I'm scared to, I guess. Even though I've gotten a little better with it in recent times, but I still am just very scared to express myself properly, And that's sort of my problem that I have. I just don't want to express myself. And I find this a lot in conversation too, where sometimes I just don't really say things when I think them, which is kind of a good thing, because you should have like a filter. You shouldn't just say some shit that is the first thing that comes to your head, because maybe it's fucking bad. You should have some sort of filter. But you also shouldn't have so much of a filter that you're just kind of fucking like there's nothing coming out. And it's just kind of the basic shit that's coming out, you know? There's a happy medium when it comes to filtering yourself like that for sure. And I just don't really... I have too strong of a filter is my problem. But it's something that really just pisses me off, and I just... Every time it happens, I keep catching myself doing it, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? And particularly last night was just... something that I think most people probably, like, don't give a fuck about. They probably don't think into this that much. But for me, I just keep thinking into it, and I'm just like, dude, why the fuck? Why did I do that? God. I'm gonna drink some water. I have no idea how it sounds when I drop my phone in the cup holder like that. I hope it doesn't peak a ton. Yeah. But so, I honestly, like, it's so hard. It feels so hard at times to be able to express the real me, you know? And I just keep fucking it up, man. And it's so stupid. I honestly, like, I don't even know where to go from here. I just kind of, like, talked about this, and now I don't really know what to say. Like, I feel like there should be some sort of thing where, like, I say, this is how I'm gonna fix it. Next time I see somebody, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not gonna filter myself or something. But, like, number one, I feel like that's not genuine, to be honest, because I feel like I probably fucking am. I guess it's more I should be looking out for the opportunity. Because there will probably come an opportunity where I can express myself a little bit. And I have to be willing to take that. But God knows that that's really going to happen, to be honest. But I should be more willing to take opportunities. I'm just not. So that, to me, is something I gotta work on down the line. I caught a ditto. That's cool. Fuck, I I don't even know what else to say. I kind of just did that. Now my brain's breaking. I guess I guess if there's really a note to end it on, it's just I probably shouldn't be so afraid to be myself, but I also kind of am. I don't know. Probably something to talk about in therapy at some point. God, this fucking ant, man. Go away. Go away. Why are you still here? Why are you still on my fucking steering wheel? You know, I'm kicking this guy off. You know, I was gonna get a napkin. No. You're just leave, bro. Just leave. Are you gone? I hope he's gone. God, that guy kind of pisses me off. I just keep seeing him fucking wandering around my steering wheel, man. Ugh. I guess the one thing I will say, that I probably should say, is that it is good I am at least able to catch myself doing it. Because it is sort of a subconscious thing in a way. I tend to fucking just do it, I guess, almost out of habit at this point, because before I never really had anything to say. Like, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna fucking talk about how I fucking played League of Legends till like 3 a.m. or some shit. Just thank God I don't play League of Legends anymore. I'm so happy I don't play League of Legends anymore. And, you know, the crazy thing is now I actually could, because I have a Mac, and there's no Vanguard or whatever on Mac. So, technically I could download it on my MacBook, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to, because fucking fuck that game. I'm absolutely done with that game. No more. No more of that fucking video game. I played it far too much. Wasted way too much time playing that fucking stupid fucking game. Fuck that game. Fuck that game. But yeah, I feel like it was just a habit that I had for a long time, and I never really bothered to fix it. But I really should, because I think part of the reason that I just don't really have that many, people to talk to and friends to talk to and stuff is just because, I just have no personality, and I never really make the effort to go out there and do stuff, I think that is my problem. And I think the best way for me to fix it is to just at least be recognizing it. That's kind of the first step in a lot of things. It's being able to recognize something. When you do recognize something and you can see yourself doing it, you can at least try to make the effort to stop it. But if you don't realize you're doing it, you're just kind of fucked. So that's why I've been trying to do that. And I hope I can at least catch myself doing it more and try to stop and try to express myself more, But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll talk about this again at some point and see how things are going. Because I get a lot more opportunities to talk to people at work, but I just find myself not really expressing a ton of my personality a lot of the time, or things about my personal life and that sort of thing. Which, to be honest, I will say it was quite the opposite at therapy. I found myself sharing a lot of things at therapy, which is good, even though it wasn't really like a deep dive. It was just meant to be kind of a gathering background information thing. But yeah. Anyways, I am going to end this here and try to make some more recordings, because I need more recordings, because fuck, how am I going to record these tomorrow before work? Well, usually I can record maybe one per work or before work, but it's kind of tight. So yeah, I'm going to end this here, figure out what to do for the other ones. I also need to get in this gym at some point, so honestly I might just do it now. So I don't want to do it later. And yeah, I guess that's it. Hold on, I have to stop it. Okay. I was still in Pokemon Go. Alright, now I guess that's it.